Hi everybody, it's Elisa from Elisa Maria Designs, and I'm back in the kitchen. One of these days I'm going to make that pumpkin creamer that I keep talking about, because I just noticed I have all the ingredients, but that's not why we're here. Let me not get off topic. I can get off topic so easily. We are here because it's Rico's day, and I had said when we were here last week, my hand in there? Yeah. When we were here last week, I thought it might be fun to move over to this side of the canvas. So we were here and we did this gorgeous flower. Oh, did I put all those AB in with you guys last week? Let me see. I don't know if I'm going from one dot. Yeah, I did this part and then we did these ABs together. And I was like, next week we're going to come into this part that's a little bit darker. But I think that this part is also a little bit darker. Is it? Yeah, it's a lot of black. I mean, I could stay on that side because it's a lot of brown and golds. Or I could come over here. This looks a little boring. This is all color blocking. It's like 1, 2. It's like three colors of color blocking. Do we want to do this side? I don't think so. Let's do that side. It's more interesting. Well, then you're going back over here. I hope I'm not making anybody dizzy. Okay. If I'm just coming back, if future me is just coming back on camera, it's because I turned everything around. I was swinging the camera from one side to the left and I didn't want to make you guys dizzy. I was going to start here with Rico, but now I'm thinking it's like a bunch of blue and a bunch of black and then some red. Boring. So what we'll do is where am I? We did this gorgeous flower. I'm picking you guys up again. I'm sorry. We did this gorgeous flower. Look at that flower. Foofy's crying. He hears the birds outside. He wants to go outside. I'll let him out if he wants to go out because I'm right here. I can see him. There's this gorgeous flower. And then I did this on my own, but then saved all the ABs. I did this on my own, but then I saved all the ABs for you guys. This is take number 8 because I was showing you guys we were reoriented in the other direction, and I had said when we did this gorgeous flower last week, last Throwback Thursday, when we did this gorgeous flower, and then I did this one, I continued to diamond paint, and I did this one on my own, and I said, oh no, I need to save all the ABs for my subscribers. And then we did the ABs together. I said, you know, maybe we'll start next week on this side. This is part of the story where Rico's beak is. But when I started over here like 15 minutes ago, and I'm like, there's only 2 colors here. There's a lot of black and a lot of blue and a little bit of pink, and I just thought that's not really very exciting. I'll do the black and blue on my own, and we'll do the pink together, and we'll do this part of his beak because it's really not anything interesting to see a bunch of color blocking. And I came back over here, sorry for moving you guys around, and I thought there's just so much more interesting stuff going on here with this black and brown and gold. And then again, there's the blue that's on that side and the black color blocking. However, I wanted to take a section off here. I don't like to cover my whole canvas. If I was just doing this alone, I probably would. It would be a surprise for me every time I opened up the canvas. Every time I took a piece of release paper off to see, oh, here we are. This is what's underneath. But I like to have you be able to see what we're working on while we're working, and I like to be able to see what I'm working on while I'm working. However, so now I was like, let me see, I have this here. I can't wait to get rid of this. This is an old canvas. I gave you guys a tip for washi tape. This is an old canvas before I was doing that tip, and the washi tape is just driving me nuts. You guys all know that. That's why I developed some kind of a tip for it. However, I was like, you know what? I don't need this piece on top anymore. Now, this is the right side. This is it. This is the right side. The washi tape is on this side. I could not peel this section off. It was stuck as if the cellophane film, whatever you want to call it, you can actually see where it got stuck, and it was ripping the glue up. So the first drills I'm going to put in are over here. I can feel that it's sticky, but if there's going to be a problem there, I'd rather know now. Yeah, I just can't. This is cellophane. This is not, you know, washi tape on my canvas. This is cellophane. No problem anywhere else. But that part got stuck, and I'm like, what is going on? And the way that I went to go pull it up, I ripped this section here. Not worried about that. I just don't know why this one section here was so stuck to the canvas that, you know, I literally almost pulled up all the glue. So I don't know, but I'm going to put those drills in first. That's my story. I'm almost afraid to put this back on and cover it while there's no problem on this side, none at all. All right, but I need to do that just for a second. I thought we were working on the other side, so I took a piece of release paper out, and the way that I have been using release paper is I fold it in half. And you guys know I always have a ton of pens out with me. I have 10,000 artist bags, and I'm using this plastic bag from Temu. Use your aligner. I use my aligner for so many things. I probably need to make a video on it. Use your aligner. It'll help you keep everything nice and straight and even. So I fold it in half, and then I fold it in half again. And then I folded a half again. I got used to doing this 2 by 3 inch size. It's very, you know, I don't feel overwhelmed. Even if I just want to sit down for a little bit of diamond painting, I don't feel so overwhelmed. This is slippery, so I had to pick that up. Okay. But it's burnished down really good. I got some nice, crisp, clean lines here. And then I'm going to replace that because that's got me like shook right now. What the heck happened over here? I'm going to be working over here, so I'm just covering it while I get my stuff out. How is everyone? It's Thursday. It's a throwback. I have all my pens out. I have my China marker out. All these great pens. This is the only one that is from a designer. This is from Flora, F-L-O-R-A in Florida. And the rest are like Temu or Shein. What can I tell you? Oh, I'm going to take my other pretty one out over there. It's all the way on the other side. So I'm going to get rid of this. Your trash. I'm going to get a nice pretty art bag that I have. I'm going to see what I have here. I had to bring everything from the other room because I didn't know what am I going to need. I don't know. I'm not in the other room where I belong. Okay, so you guys are doing it all with me today. Spraying my containers, my boats. Here's the sprayway. Foofy's on the other side staring at me. And I have my China marker on here, so I wanted to get that off. You don't need to do this. You don't need to use any kind of spray or anything. You can use your finger if you wanted to, and it will come off. But I like everything fresh and clean and neat. I just feel like you don't carry over any of the nonsense you might have been doing the last time you were diamond painting. Like, I just did a video on what to do if you mix your drills together. So that's going to be my tip Tuesday. Unless you had a great diamond painting day and you don't want to, you know, get rid of that mojo. And you just want to keep calm and diamond paint. So I'm taking off I'm giving it a good little clean, and I'm taking off the wax that I had on there because your China markers are like I think they're more like an oil. I keep calling them a wax. They're not. Get rid of that. There we go. Put my little rag on the side. And let's see what we're going to be working on. I've been up since 5 a.m. and I feel like it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's really like only like 10:30. I've done a lot already. So this is how I set up. You get 6 of these trays and 4 of these trays. So I'm really loving these trays. This is just extra. I don't know if I'm going to need that right now. If I don't need it, it'll just hold everything that I have laying around in front of me. Okay, where are we? We are here. I'm going to move this over so that I can diamond paint. Make sure I'm in the shot. Am I in the shot? And I am going to take out where I'm going to start, which is here. I know it was the eaves here, and I'm going to see if I could get these on first, because there's like maybe about 10 of them. I'll use this tray because those I'm going to use to set up. I know there's about 10 of them that got ripped up. I mean, it literally got ripped up from the bottom. I don't want this one. The one that I want's not here. Here it is. This one has a little bit more weight to it, which is why I wanted this one. So the culprit was right here. I'm going to unplug myself, being that if I need juice, it's right there. I don't know if you could see it on here, right here, where some of the glue literally just came up. I mean, I do feel that it's still, I don't want to stick my finger in there now and then get, you know, on top of everything, the oil from my hand on there. But I can feel that it's still sticky. It's just been something all week long. I feel like all I do is look for things anymore. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what planet is in charge of finding things or losing things. Maybe they're fighting with each other. I feel like all I do is like, I just saw that. It was right there. Where did it go? Even when I was diamond painting yesterday, I think I actually edited the part out. I was looking for something and I'm like, this is the area that I am diamond painting. How could I lose it? It's like, where did it go? You know, it's just like, I don't know if I can't even remember where it was. I can't even remember if it was right in front of me or it rolled between the container and the other tray that I had. I'm like, this is all I've been doing. I've been looking for things. It's like being on a yoga mat, you know? I mean, you only have the length of your body and the width of your body on the yoga mat. And I could be like, where's the block at? It's a block. Where is it? It's a yoga block. Where did it go? There's not that much room here. I need a little bit more putty in here. So I am in my kitchen because I am waiting for Elle and I to come out and to inspect the back of my yard because we are putting a fence up. So, you know, I don't know if they're going to call me first. I don't know if they're going to call John. John is on like high alert because, you know, he's been home for a week and like they decided to do this the week that he went back to work to actually come out. So he's like, please be vigilant. They might just show up in the back and take a measurement. I don't know if they could just, you know, maybe call me because our backs are all open. We don't have one yard goes right into the next. And that's how they took advantage of my husband and his good nature. So I did all the E's. I don't know if I want to stay in this section. Maybe I'll just go into another section that has E. I feel like I'm diamond painting backwards today though now. No, I'm going to put you away. I just wanted to get them down. I'm not going to make this any more confusing on myself. Okay, I wanted to show you guys that area. So you are here. Okay. I actually could have kept the E's out, but I think I put the darkest color down here. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's like a navy blue. It's here. Am I still in the shot? Yeah. And so I think I'm going to continue in this area. And J may be, the rest of this flower may be a, I don't think it is. I don't think that that's an AB. I think most of the ABs are numbers for this kit. No, J is not an AB. And then J is going to go into what I believe to be black, because this is a totally different diamond painting now. and the dot on Dreamer Design is black brown, but this is this Dreamer Design too? Yeah, this is Dreamer Design too. Oh, Dreamer Design Custom, the dot is black brown, but Dreamer Design, the dot is black. So, and then from there, I'm going to go there, and then I think I want to do the flower, and then I think I want to do the brackets. Are you going the right way, Mr. Bracket? Yes, you are. So there'll be my 4 colors that I will get ready for my little trays. And what I do is I put their symbols on the container. Well, J I'm going to put in really quickly. So let me pick another color here. K. Does K want to be missing? Of course she does. No, here she is. Okay. I'm going to put in those little spare ones first. So K, and then I want to put the flower. Boom. Let's do J, and then we'll set up. I was looking at Lizette this morning. She did a member video. See, there's one stray one in here. She did a member video this morning, and she got into Curtis Reichovich. She just needed something. Am I in the shot? Yes. Okay. She needed something. She was like, and so she bought it. I don't know if this is her first Curtis. I don't know. But it was like, it's so different, I think. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. She wants to maybe do a passion project on Curtis Reichovich damsels. So she, you know her, she's so quick. She, if you know her, she just got this kit and she's already done like the bottom. She's like, oh, this is going to work up quick. There's a lot of color blocking. I have never known Curtis to have color blocking, but for her, it might be color blocking because she's like heavy confetti. Oh, heavy confetti. I need to, there's a few people that I wanted to, when I get more acclimated with having a live, that I want to have on that do confetti heavy. I had talked to Mia, if you know Mia, Life with KLS. She's like, yes, sure, I'll join you. And that was really nice to hear. So I might even ask Lizette too. Come and join me. Or I will come and find you when I come to France. Lizette. I am coming. My husband wants to go to France so badly, and we're just waiting for him to retire. So it'll be fun. Oh, her and I would have a ball. I think I would have a ball with most of the people that I know in the diamond painting community and in the diamond painting world. Am I going to be in your way if I, I think that I would get along with mostly anybody that I met through diamond painting. Oh, the gods are having fun with me. You guys, I have, I just spoke about this morning. I have, oh my God. We're not doing black today because there's black, blue, and brown mixed in here. I could see it. Here's black, here's blue, and here's brown. This is the second time I've done this. I am so glad that I did the audio already for Tip Tuesday, because you're going to hear me talk about the time that I mix black, blue, and brown together. Okay, next. We'll have to pick a different color. We're going to have to pick a different color. Oh my God, what a day I'm having today. And why did I even pour it in there? I had a container for this. Okay, I got to get it together. There is literally black, blue, and brown in here. Oh my God. I felt bad because he decided that he was going to rewire the back of the TV. I don't know why. I don't know why he did this. And then, like, I have an Android, so I needed to get a, look at that big piece of trash in there. I had an Android, so I have an Android, so I have to, I had to get, what do you call it, Google Cast. And so I'm on a different HDMI than him. Is that right, HDMI? And I don't know what he did, but when I went to go say, oh, okay, you know what? I'm going to check out my cast. I'm going to see if I can cast and diamond paint so that I could see what you guys are seeing, which would have been a great help, because I had a moment where I just decided to diamond paint and not look to see, well, are you in the shot? Something that I say repeatedly. Am I in the shot? Am I in the shot? Well, I wasn't in the shot. But I think because I think because I was reading, but prior to reading, I was like, you know, I think I'm going to use the Google Cast to see myself diamond paint. Am I in this shot? Yeah. And I couldn't get on Google Cast, and then he gets involved because he wants to resolve it, and I was like, just like, I'm burning daylight here. Like, you need to go away. You need to go away, like, now. Please let me get this, because then you get frazzled. It's like you're in your mindset to diamond paint and to talk. I don't have a script. I just sit down and I start talking, and in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, while I'm diamond painting or reading or whatever it was that I was doing, I'm thinking, why did he have to touch the back of the TV? He was doing a lot of things with electronics when he was home. He was doing a lot of stuff with electronics. See, I'm getting really good at looking at where I'm at. He was doing a lot of stuff with electronics when he was home, and I don't know what was going on there. I don't know. I think it's the fact that his friend is here doing a lot of work in the house, and like, he sees him like he's so capable, but that's his job. That's what he does. He's good. You could ask this guy to do anything and he would do it. If I wanted him to build an extension on my house, he could do it. He could do anything. And I think maybe he got John motivated to try some stuff. And well, thank God he didn't pick up power tools. To sin. It's a sin. I'm not. He tries. But you know what? Your friend can't play a mean guitar, and your friend can't play a mean piano like you can. So, he's funny though. Nothing was funnier than when when they went to go change the ceiling tiles and the whole ceiling fell. And I ran. I didn't even grab the cat. I just took my diamond paintings and ran up the steps. And I turned on the video. And I documented it. I was like, I gotta document this. Because I feel like I felt like all I did that week that he was home, that was another week that he was home, was clean dust. I'm like, I'm going to have asthma by the time this is over. But we're excited because we've waited a long time to get he's waited a long time to do stuff in his house. And I've done all this. I have a house. My son is in my house. And my son is like me. He's always doing a little project. So I've done all this where John, he didn't do this. He worked. You know, he did a lot of like overtime and double time. He's like, Elisa, I would come home and I would be dead. I'm like, John, I remember seeing you on the street delivering, like, you know, late at night and whatever. I remember. I'd be like, oh my God, that guy, he just constantly worked delivering mail. I need more in here. Oh, you know what, you guys? I went and wet this with my, I'm batting 1,000. I'm batting 1,000 today with my sprayway. And now they're a little wet. I'm like, why are they clumping together? I have washi tape in there. This is the craziest diamond painting you've ever seen, I'm sure. But those of you that know me are like, it's just another day. It's just another day. I'm like a car crash. You just can't look away. You just keep rubbernecking. I love, these are probably two of my favorite colors in any shade, blue and brown. I absolutely adore blue and brown together. And these two are just so rich and like elegant. This royal navy blue and this brown. I'm like over the moon over it. I'll pick that up. Even when I watched the last episode of Bridgerton last night, and I don't know if they're coming back, because if that's the way they ended it, they did a nice job. But my mom says, oh no, they're coming back, but I don't think she knows what she's talking about. She's too worried about the Golden Bachelor and if he's coming back next week, because she doesn't like him. I'm like, I've been watching The Bachelorette. Me and my girlfriend Kim, we watched the first episode, and every year we watched The Bachelorette. Every year. I mean, we knew all the characters and everything else, and the people, like, it always seemed like it was like the same people over and over again. Like they were like interlocking into other seasons, and like they were on, what is that thing, Paradise Island? Is it Paradise? Bachelor in Paradise? I murder everything. I think it's Bachelor in Paradise. And so like we really got to know all the characters and stuff, and me and my girlfriend really watched this whole episode, all these seasons, one after the other, and then we would have like a big bachelorette party. Oh yeah, we did all that with the roses and all. We get everybody together. Is there somebody in my yard? We would get everybody together and we would watch the final season, and we would have like a big party. And so I've been watching it for a while now. I said to my mom, was like, how can you watch that, blah 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 blah. Well, now after all these years, I was like, oh mom, they're gonna have a Golden Bachelor on. So she got interested, and I watched him for 5 minutes, and I didn't like the opening scene at all. Didn't like it. I had a picture of his wife. She died, and he's holding the picture, and the picture, it was just not even proportioned well. See, I need visuals. It was like this big fireplace, and he had this tiny little picture of his wife, and there was nothing else around. There wasn't a candle, there wasn't, any kind of knickknacks, and he's holding this portrait. He's holding this tiny little thing you could have put in your pocket, and he's crying over his wife. I'm like, oh my God, I don't believe one word of what he is saying. I don't believe that he missed her, or I just think that if I was going to go out into the world again after I lost my husband, God forbid, there would be so much that I, just respect and dignity that I would bring to that moment about who my husband was, and how I'm not, I'm scared maybe to do this, but he would want me to be happy, and live my life and find someone else. But that's the kind of dignity that I would bring to it. I don't know what he was saying, but after 5 minutes, I turned it off. I said to my mother, I don't like him. I'm not watching it. And so she watched it, and I just didn't like. I happened to be at her house one day, and one of the girls really liked him, and she was in the bathroom, and the one other. Let me tell you something. The Golden Ladies were fabulous. They were too good for this guy. They were fabulous, in my opinion. And the one was, I think, a hairdresser, and she was doing her hair. She was in the bathroom for I don't know how long with the curling iron and everything else. And then he picked her up in a Corvette with the roof down. Her hair blew all over the place. Like, you're picking a woman up for a date. You don't pick her up in a Corvette, or you at least tell her, listen, I got a Corvette. We're going to have the roof down, and like, don't go doing your hair. I'm like, all that work that girl did on her hair, and it was all blown out. So I did see that episode, and I think that's the girl that he married, or he chose to marry, and he didn't marry. My mother's like, oh no, I think they got it annulled. She don't know what's going on. So why did I get on this? Oh, Bridgerton. So she's like, oh no, Bridgerton's coming back. I don't know that Bridgerton's coming back. I think that that's the way they ended it, with like I'm not going to tell you. With the way that they ended it, that's how they ended it. I'm not a spoiler. So I did watch that last night, and I was so tired after that whole escapade with my son. And somebody read his EKG wrong, and they sent him to a cardiologist. Like you have to go like tomorrow. And so it was like a false alarm, and I stayed at his house, so I didn't sleep, and out of worry and everything else. And I was so tired. I'm like, I don't even know how I'm alive to watch this show. But you get that second wind because you're overtired. And did I diamond paint? Yes, I was still diamond painting Beauty and Violet, so I got a nice chunk of her done for when we meet up on our confetti chaos. Yep, you're in the wrong spot. So that was my past couple of days. I have some keys here. Love these colors. They're so rich. I'm actually thinking, like, I was listening to Lizette, and she was thinking about, I think maybe she's got a lot going on, and at her business, and she was like, I just wanted to like buy a diamond painting to like lift my spirits. And I am, like, I have diamond paintings that still need to be kitted up for the upcoming I think I have something on my calendar for October, because I thought maybe I was going to be done something else. I love my ambition. I think maybe I thought couldn't have been Women in Gold, but anyway, I don't know what the two are. I have 2 diamond paintings that I'm starting in the next couple of months, and one of them is the Winter by Muka. Oh, and the other one is the Nordic Village. So I have them coming up, and like I'm looking for another diamond painting. And then Lizette popped on, and what I was looking at was actually a Curtis Reikovich. And I have chosen 2 that I do with my members. And Lizette popped on, and she had, Curtis Reikovich. And I was like, I still have my eye on that one Curtis, which is the Marie Antoinette. And I was telling Lizette on her, in the member room, that I have to find a sparkler that's big enough to cover the skull head on the cupcake, because I don't like it. It freaks me out. But I like her. And I like the Alice. I like the flamingos. So I was thinking maybe I'll buy that. Then I'm doing, Beauty and Violet, and I'm looking at things that are in the public domain, and there's another painting there. I'm like, do I do another Dreamer Design custom? Because I almost did that the other day. I almost was like, I really love this painting, and I think it would be good for me to practice. But I don't do any diamond painting for me, it seems like. Like, I might film this with you guys and then be just like, you know what, I'm going to do a little bit more Rico here, because I won't see him again until next week. And trust me, the weeks come around fast. But if you're just following me for this, then it's like another week until, he comes out. I'm going to stop here because I have no drills left in there, and I'll have to find them, so I'm going to put them in there. Okay. That's the case. I'm going to work on my brackets over here. So, I mean, I get it, But I was telling Lizette that, she's like, I'm an emotional shopper. I'm like, so am I. I'm an emotional shopper. And you know what I do? Because I've been through this in my lifetime where I can go out and buy stuff, and then I come home and like my house is just overflowing with too much stuff. And I tried where I said to myself, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to, if I buy something, I need to get rid of something. I've done that trick. But I don't want to get rid of anything, because the things that I buy I really love. And so like I buy a lot of antiques and stuff like that, and you know, flea market antiques. I'm not buying, you know, going into an antique store. But this is too much. The putty is too much for these little drills. Okay, so let's get rid of this one. Let's use this one that I got from Temu. So I was telling Lizette, like, I have enough craft supplies. I have another desk down in the basement, and I have racks of craft supplies from when I did paper arts and mixed media that I don't do that much anymore. I have beautiful papers and stuff. So I was telling Lizette, you know what I do? Like, I walk into a Michael's and I just fill my cart with everything. Oh, you like this? I'll put it in there. Yeah, okay. Here, like this? Here, I'll put it in there. Put it in. Yeah, here you go. Yep, you're coming home with me. And then when I'm starting to get close to the counter, I look in my cart and I'm like, okay, what do I absolutely need? And usually it's nothing. Okay, I go, well, you know what? I don't know if I got you at home, because I really don't have an inventory of what I have. I might have you at home. Let me put you back. And then I go back up the aisle and I put it back. I might even fix the shelf. And then I start doing that with everything in the cart until everything is gone. And then you know what? I go home. And I'm like, you know what? You didn't spend like a couple $100 on stuff that you probably didn't need anyway. Where's the last shopping spree that you went on? Because that really started it for me. It was like the last shopping spree that I had gone on. And everything was still in the bags. And it was like a few weeks. Oh my God, I'm just noticing that there's little diamonds in there. Oh my God, I'm such an airhead at times. There's little diamonds in there. I'm so easily entertained too. Yeah, and I'm like, that's what really started it for me. I had a Michael's bag. It was in my hallway, and I had not opened it. And it's this color and the black that are mixed together. Oh my gosh, I did it again. But that's what Tip Tuesday is about. And it's about keeping your cool. Like I'm doing right now. I'm not sweating it. I love my husband. I do. I really do. And everybody keeps saying, oh my God, he's going to be retiring. He's going to be home with you. And I'm like, yeah. John and I have our own life. Like, we like to do our separate things, and then we like to meet up and do something together. But I think that we haven't ironed that out yet. I think that we're still like in the crazy mode. And plus, it really wasn't a true, it's not a true like retirement type of a thing, him being home for the week. It was out of the blue. He was only supposed to be home for like 2 days, and then he was going to work 2 days, and then he was going to have the next day off and go back for 2 days. But he was like, you know what? I have all this time that I've accumulated, and I'm not going to do it that way. I've had such a great birthday, and I'm going to stay home. Okay. But my schedule is planned a week in advance. So for me, I just got into a sweat. I just was like, oh my God, because it is now time that he's home, and he doesn't have anything planned. It was like off the cuff for him. And, he's like, so what do you want to do? And I'm like, I still have a schedule, John. I still have a schedule that I have to adhere to. I'm not just free to like take off with you. So, and I can tell, like, I'm sure that black, brown, blue thing is the result of him being home. Whoops. Beep. I have to beat myself because I said the F word. It was like a couple of weeks, and I had that bag. Like, it was like on the outside of my art room in my old house. And I'm like, look at this stuff that you went and bought that you absolutely thought that you needed. Not that you don't like it, and not that you didn't want it, but do you need it? You didn't need it. And, I know what I spent in Michael's. I would just pick things up and throw it in my cart. I had that kind of life that I could have done that, you know, but, you know, I'm really, you know, frugal now and more practical. Like, you're running out of space. There's nowhere to put anything anymore. Stop buying. I'm gonna need my container. I'm gonna need this container for everything because I went and wet that washi tape and everything is sticking in there. Let's see. So, yeah. That's what I do. That's how and I think a lot of it too, yes, it is emotional, buying, and I think that, yes, these are I'm thinking, are these going the right way? Yeah, they are. They're not. Oh my God, they're not. I knew that they didn't look right. These are the ones. These are going the other way. So here we go. I caught myself in time. But, you know, I think that doing what I was doing, like I was going out and, you know, still, you know, walking around the store, still picking up pretty things. Like, you get that rush of like putting something in your cart. But then it's like you have this energy that's, you know, you just have to do it. And so you go and you do it. And then you burn through it. Then you take a minute to pause. It's kind of like you're on a diet. And so it's like, do I really want to eat this chocolate cake? When you stop yourself and you go, you know what, when you get on the scale in the morning, you're not going to like what you see. And you could put yourself in that state. Then all of a sudden everything turns around and you're like, no, I really don't need this chocolate cake. I just want it because it's there. I don't really need it. So it's kind of like that. And then you get back in control of your life. You get back in control of what it is that you're doing. And you get back in control of, you know, just making a better choice. And I exhaust myself. I told Lizette, after I do all that, after I put everything in my cart, and then I go back and put it back, and then I go home and I'm like exhausted. She got a kick out of that. She was like, I could see you doing this. It's so funny because I could see you doing this. I have a little bit more over here to do, but I'm so into like, I can't even switch off because I think my drills are wet. Yep. I think my drills are wet because I went and I really did spray heavy with my, you know, zhooshing away, like, here we go. Let's, you know, let's clean the trays, you know, like a mad woman. What's in here? There's putty in here. I haven't used this. I've used it, the point, but I haven't used this side. Let's see. No, I don't. They're not picking up. No, I don't like this at all. I don't like the shape of that. And there's fresh putty in there too, look. Nah. All right, you're done. Did I put fresh putty in this yesterday? I think I did. My hands are very warm right now because the weather's crazy. My mom was telling me about the hurricane in Florida. I'm like, what hurricane? She's like, don't you ever turn the TV on. I'm like, really, if I don't have to, no. So it's very warm again here in Philly. And yesterday was very cool. I was walking around with a big sweatshirt on. And, you know, it was giving me fall vibes. And, you know, I love being out in this weather. And I love taking long walks. And now, again, it's like humid all over again. Oh, there's nothing in there. There's nothing in this tip. now I have to figure out what I'm going to watch. That Burgerton is over. I did, for those of you that follow my self-care Sunday, I did buy Committed from Elizabeth Gilbert. I didn't even know about this book until I start reading on Sunday, Big Magic, and she was talking about, she was on the heels of Eat, Pray, Love, which she was like, I think that she said that she wrote mainly for gentleman magazines like GQ and stuff, and so she really didn't have a big following. She wrote GQ for the few people that did follow her, the few females that did follow her, and she documented her divorce. And she's like, I had like maybe 27 people that followed me, and one of them was my grandmother. So Eat, Pray, Love was a total shock to her, the success that it had. And I'm thinking, wow, when you have that kind of success that you weren't bargaining for, you weren't gunning for, it wasn't like, I'm going to write this, I'm going to write this book that's going to change the lives of millions of women. I would imagine that it's very difficult to, everybody's waiting for you to write the next Eat, Pray, Love. It's like the next Gone Girl. I was like, if I sit down to watch one more movie that tells me that it's like another Gone Girl, I'm going to scream. There's no other Gone Girl. You want to do another Gone Girl? Take out the hour and a half that they took out of the movie, because the book was so good. The movie was great. I thought they did a good job on the movie. However, they could have put all that content in from the book, and it would have been like a 3-hour movie. Absolutely. I think it was over 2 hours to begin with. It would have been a 4-hour movie because it was just so. I think it actually, if you read the book, then you knew that it was missing. That's what I mean when they did a good job with it. If you read the book, you knew what parts were missing. But it would have added even more to just how diabolical the story was. Really. I think. If they would have put what they left out in the movie. So she is on the heels. She's on the heels. She's on the high of Eat, Pray, Love, and it's like, what am I going to? What's going to be my next book? And so she was writing in Big Magic and thinking, like, I'm on the heels of Eat, Pray, Love, where I documented my divorce. And after her divorce, she fell in love with Philippe, and they were going back to the United States when he was stopped, and they took his visa, and they were like, you can't re-enter the United States. And so she uprooted herself and went to go move with him, and the book that she was writing got shelved, and so now she's thinking about her next book. And part of getting him back to the United States was to marry him. And, after going through her divorce and documenting that, you're thinking, like, what will my readers think? That, I got married again, after Eat, Pray, Love. Will they understand? And she's got a lot of wit about her. That's what I love about reading her books. She's got a lot of wit, and she's funny. And she wrote Committed, and I didn't know. I must have skipped right over that one, because I did read Signature of All Things, and I read Big Love, and I'm reading it on my self-care Sundays now. So I did get that, and I did get the book on Jack Gilbert, not a relative of hers, but he was someone that she admired for his poetry, And they ended up at some point, she took a job that he had just left in a teaching job. And, you know, she was just always very drawn to him. And she's like, you know, I kind of think I wish I would have met him, but you might have had a different, you know, if he's your hero, you might not have liked him if you met him. You know, what do they say about heroes? You know, they're not your heroes anymore if you meet them. But, and I guess realize that they're real people. But she was, I got his books, and I loved the poetry. I could see why she was drawn to it. Very beautiful poetry. I want to use a multi-placer, but I don't know which one I want to use. That one's too thick, and I'm not really digging this pen today. Maybe I'll go back to my Diamond Art Club. All right. The thing with me with books, though, is I have to get them on Audible, too. Or, because I get very tired when I read, and I just want to go to sleep. And I like listening to Audible when I'm doing something else, like this. Like if I wasn't filming for you guys, I would be listening to Cher Denise. My mom got involved with that. She must be new to YouTube because she's only got a few books up that she's read. I mean, she's done Ask Not with the Kennedys. She's done the Mountbattens, which was Queen Elizabeth's husband's family. She's done Spare, Harry's book. She does a little bit of her own opinion on things like that are on not on Facebook, on Netflix. So again, I haven't been able to go back to the Kennedys. I just feel like it was getting to be really exhausting with all the like hardship and bad luck and you know the way that they were really living their lives. And you know, like I said, I wish I never knew that the president was swimming with high school girls in his pool on the residence when Jackie was away, because Jackie hated the White House. She hated it. Got a piece of potty. I don't have my alcohol here. So like part of me is like, I wish I never knew what I found out through this book. And I don't know that I want to hear about Harry and Meghan. I really thought like when I would turn on YouTube and I would see like all these stories about Harry and Meghan, I'm like, why are people like so interested in their life? Like what is going on? And I would hear them saying terrible things about him, terrible things about her, and I would just think, hey, you know what? Let them go and live their life, you know? But then I really started to pay attention to a lot of the things that people were saying about her. And I always liked Meghan Markle in Suits. But, you know, everyone that comes in contact with her seems to have a problem. And they all have like the same opinion that she's not really a nice person. And I don't know that I want to read about that. It's like, oh, gosh. Like I feel like if I'm not watching television because everything is just so wild, I'm not on social media other than this, really. I mean, I think yesterday I did an upload for Instagram. in like months. It's like I don't even know why I bother giving you guys my Instagram information because I'm never there. And I just went through. I was looking for the coffee shop that I was telling you guys about when I was walking through Philly, and I wanted to find that table because it looked just like the one that was inside the Warwick, and I was like, well, I have to start tagging, putting hashtags on my photographs because I can't seem to find anything. I have so many. So all I did was I remember taking a picture of the coffee shop that I was in. I remember taking a picture of their coffee cups because they were blue. My favorite color, blue. And I put coffee cup in and I got 899 photos of coffee cups of all different cafes that I've been in. That's how much I love coffee. And some of them are really, really, really good. Like I've staged a few of them. I've, done, I've altered them myself, not AI altering, where I use different apps and different filters and blended things together and used, and I'm like, you know what, some of these are really good. Like if I was looking for a picture of coffee, I would, and I was an artsy type of person, like this is pretty good. So I'm trying to get my photos, in a folder, and I'm thinking about, maybe looking into things like stock photo and all. And I have some really nice photos, photos that I've taken with different cameras, not just a cell phone. So that's something else that I'm working on these days. Well, I'm really getting down to the nitty gritty of these drills. I'm going to have to refill them. Getting down to like the nitty gritty, the last ones. Let's see how many more I can pull out of here. A few more. Oh, there's some over here. I hope this guy comes out today because I can't live through another day of my husband's anxiety about when they're coming out to look at this fence. Ugh. It's like anytime you need to have anything done with the city, though, it's just a nightmare. Unless you know someone, you can forget it. Last one. All right, where are we going next with this? Maybe I just want to take well, the ease are back. The ease are back. Could go there, or I could go into these like little arrows here. It's interesting that there's no, and I know the lettering, so there's no ABs in this section. The C's are good too. I could do the C's. I could do the arrows. Let's do those two. Look at that color blue. It's so pretty. feel like I fell into a little diamond painting meditation over there. Just all of a sudden, that's what happens sometimes when I'm diamond painting. I just all of a sudden, it's like, noise is off. In case you are listening to this as a podcast, or maybe you're just busy with your own whip, this is a little break that I had to take for my own self-care. The following segment includes a discussion that might be sensitive for some viewers, so please take care with your own self-care while listening. Thank you. Hi, I took a little break. I needed to reassess what I was doing because I felt a little scattered, throughout this whole filming. I felt like, oh gosh, what am I doing? Everything just seems to be not going right. So these are these drills here. I went to go get black drills because these are a mess. My drills in my trays had time to dry, so I'll go back and fill in those gaps. And here's my package of Dreamer Design black drills. I'm going to put those in. So I hope you'll hang with me. Maybe what I'm going to do is, because I'm kind of talked out, I just made myself some peppermint tea. I even mopped the kitchen floor. I felt like I needed to take a break. I went outside and I took a walk, and I needed to get my head together. I just felt like everything was like, and I don't like to just keep pushing through. I cleaned out all my pens and I got them all refilled nicely. It just seemed like everything was, it's been a full week. And my son threw me, and, thank God, again, that all worked out okay. But it's still like, it's still processed, I was telling my doctor yesterday that, anything that goes on with my son, it goes right back to 1986. It's a trauma response. And my husband has a very bad habit. He's very excitable, and he'll just scream sometimes, oh my God, and I'll be like, what is it? I was telling my doctor that when all this happened with my son, that it's just like 1986 all over again. I'm on my own, I'm pregnant, I'm a single mom, I don't have really the emotional support. I'm having this high-risk pregnancy. I didn't know I was pregnant until I was like, oh gosh, I didn't know that I was pregnant. They kept changing my birth control, and so being on, being off, being on, being off, being on, being off. And during that time, I knew exactly when I got pregnant. I was, that's a story for another day, but I knew exactly when I got pregnant. And I was with his dad for a while. It just that things weren't working out, and it was like one of those, break up, make up things, and there you have it. There's my story. And this putty, you know what? It's so humid today. This is another story. It's so humid today. Everything is sticking. I might just have to get my Dreamer Design pen out and just use water. But I didn't find out I was pregnant until May, and my son came in July. He was 6 months. So I was 4 months pregnant, and who knew? And so everything just goes back to 1986. It's a trauma response. That's what my doctor says. And, so Josh being sick and not being well, not feeling well, it's taken me, I think it's going to take me more than a day to, get that all together in my head. Does that make sense? So I just felt a little scattered today, and I'm loving this. I tend to like thinner pens that are lightweight. There you have it. Thinner pens that are lightweight. Even not being able to start with black, which was the color I wanted to start with because it would have carved out all these other colors, threw me. So I was having a hard time really diamond painting. It was more than just all the stops and starts this morning. This is all fresh putty. It's going to have to be dirtied up a little bit. I'm going to use my sleeve. This is all fresh putty. So we gotta dirty it up a little. And then I felt a little talked out, and I was like, let me make some tea. So I'm going to probably just chill out and diamond paint. And if I do stay quiet, because I could say I'm going to do something and then I don't. If I do stay quiet, I'll speed this up so that it doesn't go into too much time. Well, I'm happy that these stayed in place. This is what we started out with in the beginning, where that, that part of my part of the glue ripped up with the film, and the film was on correctly. It had washi tape on it, you know. I didn't take all of this film off, but when I went to go peel it back so I could put release paper, it peeled some of the glue off. So I'm glad that that was one of the things that was really good today that worked out, was that it didn't take up the glue. I'm going to continue on. Good morning, everyone. If you got this far, I'm going to let you know it's the next day. Yesterday was a really rough day for me. It seemed like a rough day while I was diamond painting, but as I began editing this video this morning, which I really didn't even know if I was going to put the video up, I just felt like what felt like a tough day and what I was perceiving as a tough day. When I went back and looked at the video, I was like, you know, this isn't as bad as you thought. You were catastrophizing in your mind. It's not as bad as you think it is. I mean, yeah, I edited a few parts out that were just like me getting up and searching for things, and I don't really know that it got picked up in the video that I was having a hard time diamond painting because it was so humid yesterday, and you can hear my air conditioner in the back, and it was just so humid, and it seemed like the glue on the canvas was sticky, and some of the drills were sliding. And then I had that incident over here where when I took the film off, and I have just right now before I start filming, I took the film off. It is in the trash. Can you see part of it sticking up? It's in the trash. It's gone. I'm like, I can't take this film anymore. I would love to look at Rico while I'm diamond painting. However, he's just going to get some what's it called, release paper. And you know, I don't know, I mean, I wish we all could just go back and look at a video of our day. And this was something that I used to do in yoga that I just probably forgot. Maybe I'm remembering again, is that I would, when I wanted to think about gratitude, I would think about my day and like, what did I do today? What could I have done differently? What could have made it better? What can I change? And when I was looking at the video from yesterday, and I was really catastrophizing throughout the entire video, which was making it worse, for me anyway. It was making what I thought was bad worse. I was thinking, this is not as bad as I thought it was. And, I still would have had that in my mind that it was a bad video. I made a lot of mistakes. I really didn't make a lot of mistakes. There were things that I just couldn't help. I couldn't help that the film, that it stuck to the canvas, and I corrected that. I couldn't help that I didn't know that I mixed 3 of the drills together. I couldn't help that the putty was sticky, and I just felt like even my diamond painting pens felt like they just weren't fitting in my hand correctly. And I just needed to take a pause. I needed to take a break, and I did that. And I went out and I took a walk, and I came back and I made something to eat, and I made some tea, and then I even mopped the floor because I felt like I had all this energy, but it was not that it was negative energy or stagnant energy. It was energy that was just like, it didn't need to be burned off as much as it needed to be processed. And I needed to process all that in my head of like, what happened. Listen, my son's great. It's great news. He got a bad reading from an urgent care that, you need to see a cardiologist right away. And then I really thought that I was not catastrophizing because I didn't want to panic my son. But I guess maybe I was. And I don't know why I'm thinking about it after. I should have just let it go. I should have just said, listen, that was a false alarm. Time to let it go. I'm just realizing that my silverware is on the table. Time to let it go and, move on. So thank you for hanging with me. And if you did, and look at this look at this. And there was, while I was diamond painting yesterday, there was a drill that I took out that I don't think I've used before. Let me tell you, it made my pupils dilate. It was such a hot pink. I'm like, thank God it's only this little tiny bit, but I think it is. It's this color here. It's number 2, if you can see it. It's that color there. And then I'm kind of excited to get into that. I don't think I used him in here. I don't see that really bright pink. I think he gets brighter pink as you go up. And then look at that beautiful blue. I couldn't wait to do this section here. It reminds me so much of old Florida, where, you can see the old hotels and motels and the fabulous fonts and colors. And it just was like this, that hot pink and light pink and beautiful blues and corals. And so I couldn't think of a better way to end this diamond painting session, even though it took me 2 days than to do it this way. And I am probably going to diamond paint a little bit longer with Rico. God, he's just so freaking gorgeous. He really is. He really, really, really is. So this has been your close-up moment with Rico. And until next week, I will be seeing you again with Rico. I think he's going to be my Thursday canvas. He is going to be my Throwback Thursday. God, he's so stunning. He's so beautiful. But I'm going to try and do what I can on my own, which is a lot of the color blocking. And I also have some tips and tricks for color blocking that I'm going to put up in my members section if you're interested. Just a whole other idea that came to me that I've been wanting to work on. I think that color blocking gets a bad, not bad. Color blocking, for a lot of people, they think, well, color blocking is easy. And to some it is, like confetti is. I'm just looking at his back here. To To some it is. Some people love confetti. Some people love color blocking. Some people love both. Some people hate both. And they're really, looking for the sweet spot in their diamond paintings where they can have maybe a little of both. So give me some feedback. What do you like? Do you like color blocking? Do you like confetti? Would you want more tips on color blocking? Because I'm going to be doing a video, and like I said, I'm going to be putting it up in my member section. I'm trying to grow my community there, so please think about subscribing. And I will be seeing you, as always, in the next one. I can't, I look at him and he's beautiful, but then when you look at things through the lens of a camera, gosh, it's just so vibrant. And he's just as vibrant on my table, but all those little details that I'm starting to, when you're sitting on top of it and you're diamond painting, it's not the same as when you really just pull out and pull away and you get to really see the full effect. Thank you for joining me and for being with me on my own self-care journey. Keep creating that world you want to live in, guys. And I will be seeing you, as always, in the next one. Bye.